Hi Capricorn, welcome to your magic door reading for 18. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right. This could represent patterns that keep repeating and all of a sudden you're examining them and going, why does this keep happening? It could represent an ending and onto a new beginning and feeling really optimistic about it. This generally is a good luck card as well, just so you know. Capricorn. Magic door reading. This is about a gap between you and a loved one. This is intended for romantic love, but it could also resonate otherwise. But this is about whether you've broken up or just you're feeling the relationship starting to kind of fade or disconnect a little bit. This is about looking into bridging that gap and what the possibilities are. Other than that, everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Good Lord, sassy. Sassy cards, sassy. The Sun and the Four of Swords. Yay, taking a breather after some hard work, perhaps. Everything's going to work out. Problem solving. All right. Yay. The Nine of Cups. Being generally content. It's a wish card. Like, so things are going your way. Like, things are working out the way you want them. But it's also situational. So it's not long-term. It's just you're quite content right now, probably. Especially if we saw the Sun and the Four of Swords, it's like, oh, look at that, and there's a love card. So somebody's genuinely happy. We got the Nine of Cups right here, or Nine of Swords, Judgment, Two of Pentacles, Lovers, Two of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Okay, so we've got, let's see, 2 9s and 3 2s, because this is a 2. 2 9s and 3 2s, what's that? 2 9s is receipt, 3 2s is security. So in a nutshell, that Sun and the Four of Wands is like, that's pretty much what security and oh god, what did I just say the other one was? Shoot, not insomnia. What was it? Security and receipt. Hello. So that's, maybe this is realizing that everything's working out the way, after this long, arduous battle or something, you're taking a breather and you just have this knowing that everything, you have your proof and this knowing that everything's going to work out. There you go. End of reading. There's a love there for this person. You love this person, Capricorn. This Ace of Cups about. Look at that. Perhaps you're wanting to talk to somebody about working it out. Perhaps, yeah. Wanting to talk to somebody about working it out. That could be Gemini that you're dealing with, or another air sign, Libra or Aquarius. Having an honest conversation about working it out. This Nine of Swords about Capricorn. Too heavy of a burden. So there's insecurity there. Someone might feel like they can't be without the other person, or that they can't make it on their own, or that they feel very insecure without the person. There's a lack of... I think it might feel like, you know what, I just don't want to look anymore. I just want you. I don't want anybody else. I don't fit with anybody else. I don't feel right with anybody else. There's just not a good fit with anybody else. I'm tired of looking. I'm tired of all the hard work. I want to set the load down. I want to set the search down. I got to tell you how I feel. I don't feel like, and random, because normally it's like, oh, somebody's got codependent issues and they're really insecure and they're lazy. No. I feel like this is somebody that wants to tell you how they feel. Or you want to tell the other person that, look, I want to work this out. We got to figure out a way to work this out. I don't feel like I'm going to fit with anybody else. I don't want to be back out there dating. I don't want all that work involved. I want to work on it with you. I feel like you and I fit. You and I should be a thing. Or we should bridge the gap and figure out how to work it out. What's this Judgment about? Somebody from the past coming back in? Karma? What's that about? Karma. Holy cow, karma. Okay. Okay, so somebody is in review. I feel like a decision has been made, but there's been no forward movement. This is something's just ended and a new beginning awaits. This is a decision has been made, but no action has been taken about that decision. So this could be somebody still reviewing things while they're sitting in a position of security and solitude. And right now that's preferred. This is somebody that is reviewing their past. This could be you, Capricorn. Wow. Okay. So you two need to get together and talk. Somebody needs to tell the other person how they feel. because this person right here is still in review. If this is a separation, you've got somebody still in review, not quite made a decision yet, and this person is chomping at the bit or wanting to talk to this person. Perhaps this person doesn't want to listen to what you have to say, or vice versa. You don't want to hear what the other person has to say, but somebody's wanting to really tell somebody how they feel, and it looks like maybe you, Capricorn, are quite content to be in review and just to think about things and to be on your own for right now. And this is your person maybe trying to get to you. Interesting. Okay. Somebody, like I said, somebody's in review, and I feel like if somebody knew how the other person felt, that would make a difference, because this speaks to letting that person know that you love them and that you feel a soulmate connection with them and that you want to stay connected and committed in this relationship. There could be a pregnancy. I'm not going to bang on that drum, but there could be a pregnancy that somebody doesn't know about. The Nine of Swords here also representing 9 months. So there could have been a pregnancy that someone doesn't know about. It's like, look, I need to talk to you about this. This is a game changer here. We really do need to work this out. I realize I love you. I want to raise our kid together. Could be that. What's this Lovers about? There it is again. Look, all right. Somebody needs to tell somebody how they feel, because look at this is ridiculous. We got soulmate connection here, soulmate connection, karma, judgment. I mean, come on. I feel like somebody needs to be very forthcoming about their feelings, and that will, because if you're coming from a place of sincerity and authenticity, it's going to be received as such. What the person does with that information, man. But I think it would I think it would open a conversation. Let's just say that. I think someone would be receptive to an offer made with authenticity and sincerity. I think it would be recognized as such, and it would be considered, because otherwise somebody's over here, probably you, Capricorn, happily on their own, and I don't think they know truly to the extent that somebody wants to work things out, somebody wants to have a healthier, better relationship with you. There's a love there. The thing you need to know, Capricorn, is that they are receptive, but it's going to have to be slow going. There is a chance, but I think they want, and I'm sorry, I think they want to know. But they might think it's a long shot, though, that an apology or working things out, balancing things out, things being understood, things being discussed, things being listened to and fairly judged, and just all that. The issue of justice here with the Knight of Swords suggests that someone thinks that an apology would either be a long shot, like, well, that's not going to happen, like, oh, that's unexpected. Or, I mean, if it did happen, it'd be unexpected. Or somebody's willing to entertain and to listen because they still have feelings, but it's like they need somebody else to own up to their culpability or their issues. We got judgment here and judgment here. They need somebody, or you need somebody, to own up to what they have done that has made this rift. Because I think they're thinking that you are thinking that they're largely responsible for it. And they're kind of content just to sit in review and to kind of be considering whether they want to stay or go. I think they're waiting for you to come and apologize, or you're waiting for them to come and apologize. I think that's what this is. But whoever the person is that wants to get in there and go, look, wait, let's work this out, I love you, the other person is receptive. But they also want the other person to say that they're sorry, or to own up to... they want the other person to do the right thing and to acknowledge their contribution to whatever has happened between the two of you. They want you to see, or you want them to see their part of it, and to own up to the past transgressions, Capricorn. Choice. It's going to come down to a choice. That's kind of basic, but this is, I think you're pretty well like, all right, let's do this. And I think they're going to need to be able to have a choice. I think they're going to want all the information, aka you telling them how you feel, or them telling you how they feel. And I know this happened. I know this. I realize that. I'm aware of this. I'm sorry. All of that needs to be said to give somebody a proper choice. Otherwise, I think they're content to leave it open-ended and separated and not take a leadership position or not take an active position. Because it's almost like they are this way with or without the relationship, because it's come to that. There's something has happened to where they feel, or you feel, that we cannot go any further until this issue is addressed and resolved. And I need you to know your part in it. All right, so these two jumped. I'm going for it. I'm going to stay with those. This is saying that somebody is ready to take that next step into the wild unknown and do their own thing. And that's what this speaks to right here. Somebody is just ready to, all right, well, I've got everything I need to go forward. I'm just going to start doing little by little. And next thing you know, a year from now, this is what my life's going to look like. I'm ready to go for it because they think the situation is unhealthy the way it is now. And that's why there's this separation. That's why there's this rift. Because this is just, and this is also saying that if it's just discussed and talked about and broken down, and this could be you, Capricorn, by the way, if whatever is the unhealthy thing, if it's discussed and broken down and talked about, it's a lot worse than it seems. Like in talking about it, it loses its power. You know what I mean? And perhaps the past in review, once it's discussed, once it's owned up to, it's like there's no leverage in honesty. So like, yeah, I did do that. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, whatever. Where do we go from here with it? And hopefully an apology comes as well. But I mean, just it's like about someone owning something. Just own it. Yeah, I do this every Saturday, or I'm kind of a jerk when it comes to this. That's a button for me. Don't push it. Then there's a caveat that hopefully the other person respects that. They're not going to be an a-hole and be like, now that they know what your button is. Okay, shutting up. All right, Capricorn. Hey. So this could be that here I'm sitting here, harping on you two need to talk because there's a love there and this person's open to it. But somebody needs to say they're sorry and own up to their business. And this is saying once that happens, there will be that reunion, that reconciliation. And the meta part of reconciliation is that recognizing each other once again. Like, there you are. That's who I fell in love with. That, you know what I mean? So it's like twofold. Yeah, it's like, all right, we cleared the air, but then there's also that reconnection on that soul level. Like, there you are. I recognize you again. I see you. Okay. Oh, that gave me a little chills there. Okay, Capricorn, I hope this was helpful. I hope this works out. God, I hope somebody says that I'm sorry, because there's a love here. It doesn't need to end, honestly. There's a love here. Okay, you take care. I wish you luck with this, okay? I hope to see you in the next reading.